Hi, how's it going? So today I'm going to show you our April Literati. This is a Trailblazer box. I believe it's like 11 to 13-year-olds. And so there's mostly middle grade in here. And then I also have a small library haul and a little tiny thrift store haul that my daughter, mostly middle grade fiction that she picked out. Yeah, so this is a Literati. So we already opened it and I wanted to see what she'd be interested in. So I'm going to take all the books out for you guys. I'm going to show you one by one. So the first book in the box is called Duel, and it is a graphic novel. You can tell by the cover, they have backpacks. It just looks like it's going to be like a middle grade, like a school-based story. Or friendship, school. So Lucy's a 6th grader who loves fantasy novels and is brand new to middle school. Gigi is the undisputed queen bee of 8th grade. They've only got one thing in common, fencing. Oh, and they're sisters, but they don't exactly get along. So they're sisters and they do fencing. So so my daughter didn't decide to go for this one. Okay, so the second one is also a graphic novel. Now, I have seen these online. They are history comics. This one is the National Parks Preserving America's Wild Places. So this is a graphic novel version of like little history, national parks subject. So we actually kind of studied the national parks in our history curriculum, I believe last year. Or we did it as a side project, I can't recall, but so my daughter decided to pass on this one too. They have a bunch of other ones, like history-based and geography-ish based. I think history. Yeah, history comics. Yeah. Okay, so that was, okay, there's another graphic novel. 3 graphic novels this month. This is Olympian Zeus, King of the Gods, another graphic novel version, and they have like all the ones. So this is like a thinner one. And my daughter also decided to pass on this one. Now, she really is interested in Greek mythology. But we have a lot of Greek mythology books. And actually, she's reading stuff like that right now in homeschool in her extra time. So she did decide to pass on this one too. And then the next one is a nonfiction. This is Wow in the World, How and Wow of the Human Body. So this is based on a podcast called Wow in the World. And my daughter and I actually used to listen to this podcast, but then we kind of stopped. And this is a little nonfiction, with all the little facts and illustrations. So that's cool. Nails about different things about the human body. And the podcast is very informative, like a science podcast or whatever. But yeah, so she decided to pass on this one too. It just didn't capture her interest. We are studying the human body for 6th grade, but we have a lot of human body books too. And she decided that this wasn't for her, but someone else might be interested. Okay, so the last one is a middle grade novel. It is, never heard of it. It's Magic's Most Wanted by Tyler Whitesides. I'm saying that. Yeah. Okay, so this one, let's see. I always check for illustrations. Mason Mortimer Morrison had always known that he was unlucky, and that was before his dad was sent to jail. His grades plummeted from meh to yikes, and oh yeah, 2 officers from some organization called Magic's showed up to arrest him in the middle of 4th period. Talk about bad luck. Mason knows he's innocent. He didn't even believe that magic was real until the Magic's goons showed up and declared him the most wanted criminal in the entire magical world. Okay, so he has to clear his name. Okay, so she wasn't interested in this one either. She's kind of sampled it a little bit. And she said she was interested. So this one's actually like an unsuccessful month for us. I always love getting the boxes because it's a nice little introduction. I just ended up paying for the shipping. They also gave her a cute little poster Okay, so yeah, so this month, this is our third box after restarting Literati after many years. And we actually have a history of buying one book per box, I think maybe, yeah, one book per box. And this box, we're not buying any, we're just going to ship it back. But so she already put washi tape on this because she hangs these on her wall. This is like a little mini poster. This is actually my favorite one. It's animals. And then they always send you these like stickers, like little book plate stickers. So she has 3 book plates and then 3 regular stickers. So they sent her that. And then this is just a little guessing, little activity thing game. So she did get that too. Okay, now I want to show you guys some things that we got at the thrift store for my daughter. This is my husband picked this out. It's like an ACT Barron's 400 flashcards. You know, we're quite a bit early, but he said he was interested, and I don't know when he wants her to do these. I don't know if he wants her to wait a while, but he did get these. It's like flashcards to prepare for the ACT, which is a good while away. You know, she's only going to be in 6th grade next year, but he got these. It's like different. It's like English. Let's see. Is that math? Yeah, math. So yeah, she's definitely not like to that point where she's ready to do the math. That's for sure. But yeah, so he did get this, the flashcards. Is it just math? Let's see. Oh, English, math, science, reading comprehension, and 10 writing cards. Okay, so he got that for her. And then she picked these books out. She picked out Rick Riordan, Daughter of the Deep. She picked this out at Half Price Books. So she's been reading almost all of Rick Riordan's series. So this one's like Anna Dakar, Dakkar, is a freshman at Harding Pencroft Academy, a 5-year high school that graduates the best marine scientists, naval warriors, navigators, and underwater explorers. Anna's parents died while on a scientific expedition 2 years ago, and the only family she has left is her older brother. Yeah, so I guess telling by the cover, it's about, marine scientists and underwater exploration, things like that. But yeah, so she picked that out, and she picked out this book, Wing and Claw Forest of Wonders. Linda Sue Park is the author. This is book 1. Just like most middle grade, those two, this one and the other one, are both series. So it's a Rafa has always loved the mysterious forest of wonders. For a gifted young apothecary like him, every leaf has the potential to unleash a kind of magic. When an injured bat crashes into his life, he invents a cure from a rare crimson vine that he finds deep in the forest. The powers of the vine are stronger than he could have imagined. His remedy saves the animal, but also transforms him into something much more than an ordinary bat. So yeah, it sounds like it deals with like animals and like magical elements. So she picked that. And then she already started reading this next one that she picked out. I think she found this one at Savers, either Savers or Half Price Books. I guess this is like called the Earth Dragons. I don't know, ERTH. So Chris DeLacy, she did try another book series by him, but she seems to really like this one. She's already 3/4 through. It's also a middle grade novel. Dragons set out on an expedition from their home planet and were never heard of again. Now a new Wearle, Wearle, determined to find the first, has come to the place his creatures call Earth, ERTH. Gabriel, who still has the blue scales of a young dragon, is eager to prove himself and find his missing father. It's all about, again, like she loves dragons, and it's like about dragons, and I believe his other books are about dragons too. So those are the 3 kind of newer books that she picked, and now I'm going to show you guys what she picked from the library, and then I also have some adult fiction that I chose from the library. So these 3 are pretty much the same series. Sorry, I have cat hair everywhere. My cat was on the table. So she is finishing up the original, the main 39 Clues series, or she either finished it or she's on the last book. So this is another series of the 39 Clues. Double Cross. So she got book 1, 2, and 3. She said they're fast reads. they're middle grade, but it's kind of, you know, larger font, and I don't know if it's like a younger middle grade, but yeah. So these, so this might be YA. Well, the protagonist is 17. So at only 17 years old, Ian is head of the Cahills, the most powerful family in the world. He has presidents on speed dial, generals at his beck and call. Ian knows he's an ideal leader and the only man for the job. There's just one small problem. He's already messed up big time. Okay, yeah, it sounds like adventure and kind of a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, so she picked these out. And she will be starting this series. So now I'll show you guys some adult fiction I chose from the library. So basically, I've been kind of in a reading slump. Like, I just haven't been excited about anything. I've just been reading much slower this past like month or two. And after I finished David Copperfield, which took me forever, I've just haven't really found a lot of stuff I'm really that interested in. Yeah, so I want to try these. This is The Guest by Emma Cline. I think it's like literary fiction. I think these are all literary fiction, which is usually what I read. Summer's coming to a close on the east end of Long Island, and Alex is no longer welcome. A misstep at a dinner party, and the older man she's been staying with dismisses her with a ride to the train station and a ticket back to the city. With few resources and a waterlogged phone, but gifted with an ability to navigate the desires of others, Alex stays on Long Island and drifts like a ghost through the hedged lanes, gated driveways, and sun-blasted dunes of a world that is at first close to her. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. It sounded kind of interesting, but even the cover is interesting. So this one is The Music of Bees by Eileen Garvin. This is also, I believe, literary fiction. 44-year-old Alice is stuck in a dead-end job, reeling from the unexpected death of her husband. So this one, yeah, it might be a little depressing. I'm not sure. Alex has begun having panic attacks whenever she thinks about how life hasn't turned out the way she dreamed. Even the beloved honeybees she raises in her spare time aren't helping her feel better these days. So she comes in contact with these other people like Jake, a troubled teenager, paraplegic teenager. I guess he helps her do her honeybees, and then she invites Jake to her farm. And then there's also another character, Harry, a 24-year-old with debilitating social anxiety who is desperate for work. So it's kind of like, sounds like, from what I read about, it's like three kind of people coming together, forming like a friendship, and all of them are like having struggles in their life. So we'll see. And also they're, working on a farm with honeybees, I believe. So, and then this one is Evie Drake Starts Over by Linda Holmes. I believe also pretty much realistic, fiction, literary fiction. Let's see. In a sleepy town in Maine, recently widowed, Evie rarely leaves her large, painfully empty house nearly a year after her husband's death. And so both of these deal with like the loss and grief, after the aftermath of like a death, of like a spouse. So everyone in town, even her best friend Andy, thinks grief keeps her locked inside, and Evie doesn't correct them. Meanwhile, her childhood best friend is wrestling with what miserable athletes living out their worst nightmares call the yips. He can't throw straight anymore, and even worse, he can't figure out why. So this one's also, again, like her reconnecting, or like connecting with her friend. They're both gone through like a tough time. So that's kind of like, these kind of both, like, to me, like, are very similar. And I was just like searching online for books I might like. But yeah, so both of these were recommended. I was just searching for literary fiction. So yeah, so that's all for this video. Thank you guys. I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Thanks so much. Bye.